Alright, so I wanted to show off the best grinding spot in Fusionfall for basically level 32 to 35. Some I would even say up to 36. It's the Great Shellworms, and once again, similar to Skull Bashers, it's right in front of the Resurrectum, so if you die, you can just restart right away. In addition, the shops to sell and buy more stuff is right up that hill over there. So it's overall a good spot for that. But what makes the Great Shellworms such good fusion matter per minute is just the fact of how grouped up they are. You can just see right away like how many groups of them there are and how close proximity they are to each other. This area can also be rotated in a circle, so usually I like to start this way, go down this bottom left side, work my way up this way, and then work up here, come back here and kill some of the mobs over here, work my way up the hill, kill these guys, come back, and then restart. And then through that, you can get, in about 2 full rotations, you can get about 10,000 fusion matter, or just under 10,000 fusion matter. By the time I have to go back and resell, so usually when I run out of boosts and stuff, I get just over 10,000 fusion matter. So this is again with a Gumballed Scavenge Nano out at all times. And yeah, you get a good amount of fusion matter from these. I think at all levels you get 86 per kill, and then at 35 you get 81 per kill using a Scavenge Nano. So obviously, if you were grinding here before, the setup you want is going to be, self-heal, scavenge, and self-run, or group run if you're farming with a group, if you want to do that. The biggest thing here is that if you want to have courage, you don't get courage until I think 33 or 34. So once you unlock courage, it'll make grinding this spot a lot faster. But until then, you can just use Buttercup because these guys are Blastos, or Blastons. So you can just use Buttercup until then, but your damage is going to be reduced. So try to keep that in mind. But this is the setup I use, number 1, Courage and Vilgax, but you can, of course, switch it with, like, I forget who the run is at. I think it's Hex, Courage, and Eddie, but, it doesn't really matter. Make sure everyone's gumballed. Again, you always want to make sure at least the Scavenge and the Self-Heal Nano are gumballed. The Self-Heal Nano has the strongest effect when gumballed. It heals like 15% more HP or something like that. It's pretty significant boost. And the Scavenge gives you like a couple extra fusion matter, but not a whole lot. So there's a couple ways to do this rotation. You can start at the Resurrectum, and then you can start like whatever direction you want. You also want to make sure you have 2 shatter guns. So I have these 2 right here, Great Leviathan and Cluster Incinerator. It doesn't matter which ones you bring, as long as they're 2 shatter guns. You can swap between them very quickly through weapon swapping and just get more DPS out of it, because it's just easier that way. There's no boss at this location, but it doesn't really matter that much because you get so much fusion matter so quickly. It's not really all that big of a deal. All right, so let me just show off the rotation here a little bit, and yeah, I'll show you guys what this is like. So I am lagging a little bit, so excuse that. God, this guy's really mean. So sometimes you'll get them like this, where they're just like mean to you like that. That's just how it is sometimes. Yeah, these guys are really mean. Now, when you have these solo guys, you can try to group them up like this, or walk back into the next one so you aggro him like right away. Just like before, don't try to aggro too many mobs at the same time. This guy up here with the guy back here. Heal myself really quickly, and then we're gonna kill him both at the same time. Oops. Okay, another creature over here. You're gonna be using a lot of potions, especially on your heal and Scavenge Nano, so make sure you got a lot of potions for that. There's another great Shellworm over there, but I usually like to leave him alone because he's usually really far out of the way from everybody else. But you can kill him if you want, but I just like to immediately go to this group of 3 over here and start going around the other way. But it doesn't really matter, whatever you want to do. So you can see this group here respawn, so you can kill it really quickly. There's another group right behind me, so I try to aggro them. Now again, be careful. Be careful when aggroing groups of 4. You can only attack 3 at a time, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now you can kill this group of 3 over here now if you want, or you can wait when you come back down the hill, but it doesn't really matter. I just have to kill this guy by himself because he's not really super good with anybody else. Oh. Yeah, that corruption attack, I didn't hear it, so I didn't know what to switch to. These 2 guys are kind of annoying to group up. I usually like to leave this guy alone because he's just really far out there again. So I'll just pick up this guy, and then I'll pick up this guy here. Or sometimes I'll do something different. I'll pick up those 3. It doesn't really matter. Actually, yeah, the better thing to do would be to pick up all 3 of these guys on that hill and to kill that one dude solo. But you know, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter that much. And then you back over here, and then you restart. So by the time you make it back here, all these mobs on this side would respawn, so you can just continue right away. Like I said, it's a really, really fast way of getting Fusion Matter. Even at 36, I still get 81 Fusion Matter per kill, which is really nice. So I don't know how much Fusion Matter that was that we got. So let's see how much we started with. If it's going to be up here, I think it's 2. Yeah, it's too far up there, or maybe it's right there. So if we started with 143,000, let's just say. So we probably started with less than that. We ended with 144,700. So that's about, you know, like almost 2,000 Fusion Matter, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, you get a lot of Fusion Matter from these guys very quickly from just one rotation like that. And obviously just having a group makes it go faster. And overall you can do a lot with it. So yeah, that's the Great Shellworms grind spot in Fusionfall Retro. It's probably the best spot in the game to grind. You know, I recommend it from level 32 to 35. Even at 35, you can grind it all the way to 36 if you want. But some people say that the snore bulbs and the shell slugs at Green Maw are faster, because they give 91 per kill, and then the other ones give 105 per kill, but they're not nearly as, you know, grouped up as this, and you know, you can easily run back up that hill over there and sell stuff if you want to. So, but it's up to you. You know, whatever you want to do. Anyway, that's just this video. I just wanted to kind of show this off. So there you go.